guys. Listen, good team we played. Give Towson a lot of credit. I think they're a good team. I think they're going to have a really good season. I think they're as good as any really mid-major team we played here in our 4 years. And we got some things we got to work on, but I give our guys credit. I thought we played with more just force and energy in the second half, and we needed to. Questions?
In the first half, did you feel you were getting your best shot, or were guys settling?
We were settling a little bit too much. Yeah, I think we were settling too much. I think we can get a little three-happy at times for sure, because we got guys that can make threes. We can be a little too finesse, and I just think that's a thing we got to constantly work on.
Was this a night where you saw some benefit then from having a player like Zed? Because it seemed like at times you were able to force it into him down low, and he got you some buckets when things were getting tough.
Yeah, he did. Zed, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he really did. I thought he came in and gave us great. I thought he gave us great lift tonight. Especially in the first half, he really kept it kind of a 1 or 2 possession game, had some great finishes, and he's benefited from the shooting that's around him because it's a lot of one-on-one coverage.
And with Malachi, there was a stretch where he drove the basket a couple times.
Yeah.
Did you challenge him to do that? Did he read the game and see that, or what did you see in that moment?
He's got to do that more. He's a slight kid, good length, but he's just slight right now. He's a baby, so physically you can bump him off a spot. So he's got to play with more force. He did that in the second half early, and it was critical for us. He's got to rebound the ball better. I thought those 2 things he did in the second half really, really well.
Coach, that late stretch from Justin when he had like 10 straight points, 3 straight threes in that 4-point play, how important was that for you guys, and how good did it feel to see Justin hit those shots?
Yeah, I mean, Justin's shooting's been phenomenal. It's just been phenomenal. He's really had a good year. He's really had a good year for us. I know there's been a game or 2 where he wasn't his best, but he's really had a good year, and he's just got to keep getting better.
And I think 34 points now in the last 2 games for Kyle, and 6 for 6 from 3 from him. I know you've said multiple times that he's one of your guys' best 3-point shooters in practice, but another game where he's knocking those shots down. Just how big was that for you guys again?
Yeah, it's another. And they really, their defense is good. They really gap you up. I thought Kyle, time and space, he really shoots the ball well. He can really make threes, and I thought also he drove it at times tonight, which was really critical.
Coach, speaking to Justin, have you talked to him post-game? How's he doing?
He's fine. Yeah, I think health-wise he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. I think he just got popped on a drive, but he's fine.
In terms of Kyle, just curious what you like most about 18 points, 24 minutes. He's obviously efficient. What about his game tonight stood out to you? Hey, that's what we want to see.
I thought he was really active in the second half. I did not think he was active in the first half. He made a 3, but I just didn't think he was his normal active self. In the second half, I thought that he was the Kyle we know, driving it, rebounding it. He played 10 minutes the first half, didn't have a rebound. That's not the Kyle we know. The second half was who we know.
Maybe sounding dumb here. You shot 56% in the first half, and it's 33 to 32. I don't know if those numbers necessarily add up when you shoot that well. You're saying that you guys didn't necessarily have the best shot selection. How do you explain that?
They got to the free throw line a few more times. I think they might have made 1 or 2 more threes. So in a 20-minute game, which is what that is, and I think they had a few more offensive rebounds, so they had a few more shots. So in a game that's like that, where we're shooting it better than they are, that can offensive rebounds, extra shots, turnovers, and free throw attempts. If they have a little bit of an edge there, it can keep it close. And it was.
EJ, I know he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, but 7 turnovers tonight.
He's got to turn over less. He's got to take better care of the ball. Bottom line, he's got to take better care of the ball. The ball's in his hands a lot. He's got to do a better job taking. He's got to be more sure with it, strong with it. It gets knocked loose from his hands too much. He's got to get better in that area.
Chris, obviously Kyle's playing starters minutes, but he's not, he's coming off the bench really for the first time since his sophomore year, and I'm curious about his versatility, how important that is, especially with him coming in just in different situations over the course of, in game play really. And have you seen him develop a versatility in this role, or how important is that?
I think he's always been versatile. I think his shooting has increased his versatility now because he can now guard different positions. And play multiple positions offensively. He's not as one-dimensional as he was early in his career, where he was really a rim runner and long post guy and layup maker. Well, now he's a three-point shooter. I think his versatility defensively has always been something we've really liked. He can guard bigger guys. He can guard smaller guys, even though he's not super long. Listen, he's a really good player. It's why every time he's out, we miss him. And, we had a pretty big game last year where we missed him. He's a really good player. He provides a lot for us.
What do you feel like will his role increase when it comes to Big Ten play? Will he only get more important as the season goes on, or how do you see him?
It's hard to see in the future. I think he's going to continue to play an important role. That's what I would say, whatever that looks like.
Coach, you guys got into the double bonus with like about 6-7 minutes left in the second half. When that happens so early in the game, how much does that change maybe the way you approach your offense?
It says we're attacking more, and we were not in the first half, and we were in the second half, and that's and they're a team that can be a little foul prone, so it was critical for us to be able to get to the foul line and get there earlier, and then we made our free throws for the most part tonight, which was great to see from our guys.
Chris, you had the early run, like 12-0 or whatever, and they called timeout. What were you saying to your guys in a timeout like that when it's not going to go that easily all game?
Yeah, I watched him too much. I've watched his team too much to know that wasn't going to be the case. They've got a really competitive group, so we were just really talking about winning the next possession. I knew that they're too good. They're a talented mid-major, and they're really a competitive group. They're well coached, so I figured they were going to come back with some bite, and they did.
Is it hard to get that message across sometimes when things are going well? And I don't know. I feel like sometimes maybe a team might tune something like that out.
Yeah, maybe. But I think, and I give EJ and Justin and Kyle, Jamari a lot of credit because I think they had a real healthy, honest respect, as they should, for this Towson team. And the moment you don't, so I don't think that they looked at that 12-0 run and said, hey, this is what it's going to be like the whole game. I think they knew that they were going to need to play well and play well in stretches. And, we played poorly at times. I think our energy picked up in the second half as it needed to, but again, give them credit.
And Cedric watched the second half in a T-shirt. Was he available, or did something happen to him?
No, he had his normal uniform on, yeah.
I thought I saw him in a T-shirt.
Yeah, no, it was normal attire.
Kyle told us that this summer especially he worked on the different parts of his game, handling the ball a bit more, obviously the shooting. Was there ever a conversation you had with him about expanding the game beyond what he was doing for you guys the first 3 years or so he was here?
Yeah, we always wanted him to extend his perimeter game a little bit, which includes shooting and ball handling. We've been on him to do that really the last couple years. So, I think that's always been something that we've tried to do and help develop with our guys. He's bought into that, and he's gotten better every year with it.
And with respect to every opponent, you have games like the second half against Duke, where you guys look like you can't be stopped. You have the first half today, the second half tonight. The first game of the season. How do you explain kind of the juxtaposition of this team? Is this just the learning process of new guys and some young guys and whatnot, or is it more than that?
Oh, I think it's the natural progression of most every team in college basketball, really, to be honest with you. I don't think that's unique to us. I think every team has maybe some teams are a little bit more of a finished product right now than we are, but we're very much a work in progress. But I also think it's the natural progression for most teams in college basketball that you're going to have stretches of games and moments in games where you don't look your best, and then you're going to have moments in games where you've got to raise your level of play, and I thought we did that. And certainly the energy in the building was different tonight than it was last week. But it's incumbent upon us to be consistent with our energy and our approach, and that's on me. I don't think we were that way enough tonight. Okay, all right, thanks, guys.